Hi guys, my name is Abdurrahman Gilal. A few days ago, I was assessing one of my students' assignment. I realized that my student did something like a logical, error in his code, but the code was working very fine. And the part that he made a mistake was in the if statement. I realized that it is very important for me to explain to my students as well as to you all guys that how if statement in PHP is different from other languages such as Java. So in this quick program, I'm going to explain you that how one can, make an clear understanding of if a statement, that how it works. So even let's say if you don't understand that thing, which is really going to impact a lot on your logic. So let's see that. First of all, I'll explain you that how if a statement is working here in PHP. So I have already set up, a simple you know, program like this, test if the PHP, which is very fine. So let me say, like, if I have a variable called war and I put values like one, and if I check it, let's say if I say dollar war equals to one, so it should say like echo, I would say it is ifs body, let's say ifs body, and I put another one such as else body, right? So if this does not work, so probably the else should work. So let's say else body, right? Sorry, else body. So usually people could take this as an input from forms or from somewhere, and then here you compare it, and so that it looks like, pretty fine. So let's run this program. So when I run this, so it's ifs body, which is very much fine. Let me just break it down. So, yep. So now it looks like fine that every time it comes, it's ifs body. Let's say if I change the value and run it, so it's else body. So it's very clear that if a statement is being used for decision making, that's a fundamental construct control structure in all kind of programming languages. So a lot of people think it's a similar thing. It is, of course, as per the logic, it's a similar thing, but based on certain languages, it behaves, unknowingly when you do not understand that how every language works with them. So let me quickly open up. This is my Java program, which I have just set up for you guys. So if you run that, it shows the same output such as hello guys. So I put the same, exactly the same, you know, program here so that we understand that how it works. So let's say if a statement and I put here, let's say I equals to one, and if that's the case, then not equal, sorry, system dot print. So we say if body. So that's lovely. And then we come here and then we say else's body, right? So that's okay. We run this program and then we get it everything nicely. So awesome, right? So now where's the problem? Where's the difference? So I'm gonna go side by side so that you see like how it is different, right? So in here, let's say if I change the equal operator, which means equality, like a relational operator, which means var, which means the variable's value is equals to one, which means this is equality, which is a relational operator. If I change it to make it one equal sign, it turns as an assignment operator, which means now I want to assign dollar variable like var as a one as a value, which is absolutely an illogical sense, does not make any sense. Here is an assignment. So in here in PHP, I'm gonna do, and I run this. You see, it is still works if's body. So let's jump into the Java. So let's go to the Java, do the same thing that you do here, and you see you got an exception, oh sorry, error, which means it does not allow you to do the assignments right here. So if you see here, incompatible type integer cannot be converted to Boolean. So in a clear understanding, if you have anything other than false in PHP will work. So if you do not have false here, it is gonna really work in any ways. But in Java, you have to give a Boolean into the ifs condition. If you do not give a boolean into the if condition, it's not going to work. But here, if you give anything, for example, hello, and then you save it and you run it, so it's still going to work. So it says that as per easy understanding, if it's not false, it is going to work in any condition. So now you understand the differences. Like in Java, if you try to write hello, in here, it's not gonna work because Java says, give me a Boolean here. You can't just give me hello or something because that's not what I'm expecting you to give me, right? But in PHP, if you give even hello, which is an assignment, or sorry, which is a string, it's gonna really work fine. So I hope it makes some sense. But as soon as I say it's false and I save it, and I run that. So you see else body. So only this part does not work when it's false. Otherwise, always gonna work. So it's not about only that if part, it's your else if part or any other way you have the conditions where you're being compared in PHP. So they do not really see what exactly is coming as a variable for true. They only see what is there any false into it. If there's false, it's not gonna work. But if there's other than false, it's really gonna work. I hope it's really useful, information for you to make your decision making, like, making your logic. So you should understand that if you make any operator error or something, like the problem my student did, so it is gonna work. So I hope it's really gonna change your perception about if in PHP or in other languages. If you got any question, please do not hesitate to ask me. Thank you so much.